This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Luca Cairns-Chalabre, and we woke up to some big news in the NFL this morning, with the Finns announcing they're officially releasing Tua Tagovailoa and taking on a record dead cap hit in the process. $99 million. That's how much money Miami's eating, which they'll spread out over 2 years. Nonetheless, it's the end of an era in Miami, one that started off with so much promise for Tua, but was obviously derailed by concussion concerns. And that was before things really soured, particularly over the last year. And the Finns wasted no time moving on, agreeing to terms with free agent Malik Willis this afternoon. Willis had a quiet start to his career in Tennessee, but really got on the radar in Green Bay. In spot duty the past 2 years, he was pretty electrifying, establishing himself as one of the most intriguing players in this year's free agent class. Now, guys aren't able to sign new deals till Wednesday, but as of noon today, teams and players were able to agree to contracts. And that set off a bit of a frenzy. Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III came to terms with the Chiefs. Walker rushed for over 1,000 yards last year for the Seahawks and 135 in Seattle's win over the Pats in the Super Bowl. And the Panthers have agreed to terms with one of the top available edge rushers, agreeing with Jalen Phillips on a deal that's worth up to $120 million over 4 years, according to Adam Schefter. And former Ravens center Tyler Linderbaum agreed to a record deal with the Raiders, getting $81 million over 3 years, 60 of which is guaranteed. Safe to say we're in for one of the most interesting weeks on the NFL calendar. And as for Tua, he's on the lookout for a new job and joins a quarterback class that's still fronted by Kyler Murray. In the event one of those guys ends up holding things down in KC till Mahomes is back, they'll have Travis Kelce on board. As Ian Rappaport reported this morning, Kelce is expected to return to the Chiefs. Over to the ice, and what a crazy night it was in Buffalo. The Lightning and Sabres combined for 15 goals and 102 penalty minutes in a single game. And while the numbers are staggering, they actually don't quite do it justice. Because not only was this the highest scoring game of the season, it was also the first game of its kind since the 80s. No teams have combined for that many goals and penalty minutes since the Penguins and Flyers did it in 1989. But maybe more impressive than all that is what it means for Buffalo. That was the Sabres' 7th straight win and their first in the Atlantic, which I don't think anyone was predicting a few months ago, or ever for that matter. I mean, let's not forget, they were literally in dead last in early December. But the Sabres have totally flipped the script on their season, and now they're certain to end that 14-year playoff drought. So how about we give the Sabres their flowers? Honestly, hockey is better when the Sabres are doing great. They love the team there in Buffalo. It's some of the most passionate sports fans. We see it with the Bills all the time. So now that the Sabres are rocking, I think we're in for an amazing playoff run, provided they can officially clinch. To the hardwood, and if there's one sure thing in the NBA, it's that Jokic and SGA seem to be battling for the MVP award every single year. In 2024, Jokic won for the 3rd time, with Shai being the runner-up. Then last year, our guy got his revenge, earning 71 of 100 first-place votes. And this year, Shai is in the driver's seat as we come down to the wire. Though Jokic might have something to say about that tonight when they meet in OKC. Granted, there's more at stake in this battle of Western Conference powerhouses, particularly for Denver, who has some ground to make up if they want home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Now, in regards to the MVP, you can take your pick. Shai's on track to average over 30 points for the 4th straight year, and he's doing it at the most efficient rate of his career. And what can we say about the Joker that hasn't already been said? He's on pace to average a triple-double for the 2nd consecutive season, and he's scoring at the highest rate of his life. And things actually got chippy between these two when they got together a couple of weeks ago.
Much more secure for OKC. Going to be an illegal screen, I believe, out top.
No, now a technical foul on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He thought he was pushed by Jokic.
To look to see about the dead ball contact. Right now, there is a technical foul being assessed to OKC.
So how will things shake out between these two MVP candidates tonight? As it stands, FanDuel has Shai as the overwhelming favorite. But hey, there's still a bunch of basketball left to be played. You can catch tonight's game between the Nuggets and Thunder on TSN. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Time now for my favorite segment, and yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
Now, the start of the NCAA tournaments are just over a week away, but it's already March, and for some teams it's do or die. And Boston U handled its business Sunday against Navy.
You keep the ball out of Bonini's hands. be tough to do. He's not going to give it up now.
Final ticks, Major League Player of the Year, speeding in, gets the lay-in! Mins lead! BU chance back, Gladden! Goal! Chance Gladden sends BU to the title game!
There's just something about buzzer beaters in March that makes you feel so happy and so alive. That was electric. Survive in advance. It's the name of the game. And this time of year, you can never give up. And this guy certainly didn't at the finish of the LA Marathon on Sunday.
Here he comes.
Right now.
Here he comes. So let's get right back down to the finish line so we can watch Michael cross the line here. Michael Kamau from Kenya.
Just over 2 hours and 11 minutes on the clock.
Oh, whoa.
Nathan Martin. Nathan Martin.
Whoa! Oh my gosh. Wow. It is a photo finish.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. That's got to be the most devastating feeling for the person that came in second. They don't even know that that person is coming up behind them. They think they've got this in the bag, and all of a sudden you just kind of collapse at the finish line and realize that you lost. It's heartbreak, but it's also jubilation for the other person. Great lesson in never giving up. That's all for today. I'll be right back here tomorrow at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. Have a great day.